Right, hello. Let's see, I need some music in the background. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I talked about maybe we should try to fix that first. I had this, I didn't like this hovering thing. I think it's better to have like, ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's try to explain it. So the placeholder we use in the cell in the calendar, I rather want that to be kind of a button, but it should still be like instead of a disabled checkbox, it should be like a plus icon, and then it should have like a placeholder text of like add to do or something like that. And when I click it, it changes into the current placeholder. So come up with something and let's see how it looks. I got myself some tea. Hopefully that helps my voice a little bit. Let's see what it comes up with, and then we're gonna add some persistence. It's insane how simple this app really is. I had some other ideas like you should be able to choose like a theme. Simple thing. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I like that. Yes, I like that. Okay. Sorry. Okay, great. But remove this hovering effect. Like it should always be there. The new like button like placeholder. And also make sure that if I click outside or I blur the input, when I try to add a to do, it should go back to that initial state of with the plus and the placeholder text of add to do. What I also really like about using my voice to describe what I want is that I kind of re-emphasize things, which I don't do when I write. When I write, I try to be as concrete as possible. But for an LLM, it's really better that you just like have a lot of text and re-emphasize things, because very concrete things can, funny enough, be very ambiguous. Like concrete in the sense that condensed is more the word. It doesn't need to be condensed. Condensed is like leads to ambiguity for LLMs. But if you have like 3 times as long text, which kind of just points at the same thing at different perspectives, then oh, look at this. Yeah, I like this much better. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Like, because we're still clicking inside the text area. Yeah, that's interesting. So currently we're using a text area, but I don't really feel that it's working that great. Isn't there like an editable tag we could use instead? Because I kind of want it to automatically extend as I'm typing. So it should like wrap and behave like a text area, but it shouldn't be a text area because that has a certain height and it's higher than the initial text. It should just extend naturally. How would you approach that? Content editable. That's the thing. Yeah, and then the question is like, should we have these? Yeah, they are kind of nice, these things. Yeah, but we don't need the time. Like, that's the thing. With a calendar, it's time-based. I don't care about time. It's just things that needs to be done whenever I choose to focus on it. Okay, let's see how this works. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, great. Um, that's perfect. Um, so when I add a to do, yeah, maybe we should put. Let's see what happens if I give it this code. So I'm going to give you some code that shows events in a calendar, but you should only focus on the existing events added to this calendar mockup, because I want our to-dos to have the same visual style as these events added to the calendar. I'm not sure about how we're going to deal with the checkbox and the coloring, but maybe you can come up with something and then we'll see how it looks. Mm, mm. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's talk about the next step. So when we have that in place, I think what we should do is, you know what? I think we should do one step where we move the state management outside of each cell so that we rather add to-dos to like a more global list, and then it should rather, oh, look at that. Hmm. Yeah, maybe we could remove the background color when, yeah. Okay, let's try that. When the to-do is completed, don't use a background color on it. Yeah, so we have more of a global thing, and then we rather pass that down, and then we kind of filter out what to-dos to pass to which cell, which sets us up for dragging and dropping. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. We do need some kind of highlighting so it feels better to move it. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to try that for now. And then, so I want you to move the state of the to-dos higher up in the component tree so that we have like one list of all the to-dos, and then each to-do has a date bound to it. So when we pass those to-dos down to the calendar, it will figure out what to-dos goes into which cell based on its date. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so when we have that, we're gonna try to implement. Maybe we can do some research on that. Are there any nice React drag? Oops. Oh, maybe I can use it here as well. Are there any nice React drag and drop libraries which allows me to move events in a calendar? This is for, yeah, whatever. It's for React, of course. Oh, I thought it would adjust that. So I'm all about the user experience of dragging the event to the other days in the calendar. And what happens to the existing events in the day cell of the calendar? Like, I want them to kind of fluently like move up as I drag one out, and then the other should give room where I'm trying to drop it. It should feel organic. What would you recommend? Framer motion, built-in layout animations. Okay, so we're gonna use TypeScript-ish. Okay, I think we're gonna try this. Let's just copy this. Yeah. So we are going to try to add a drag and drop feature to this calendar. And I have a summary of a suggested approach that I want you to try out. So good luck. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. How did the calendar look like? Did it look like, yeah. It has different colors here. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. What are you doing? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so as it's working on that, if we get that running, I think we're ready to actually implement the persistence. So the way we're going to do that is by simply telling Claude to set up Firebase to just have like a to-do type that we're going to use, and then we're going to implement ourselves how those to-dos are grabbed and mutated and all of that. And we're just going to rely on Firebase here for the actual state, because it has all the optimistic stuff and everything, so we should be fine. What I think we really need here though is, doesn't it have like notifications? Alerts. Oh, interesting. Yeah, notifications. Yeah, so we need notifications for errors and stuff. So if you drag something and something goes wrong, you should get a notification about that. And kind of the whole point is that you shouldn't be able to delete. Well, I guess you should be able to delete a to-do, but not because you're cleaning up, but more because you made a mistake. Because it's important that you see like what you've done. Yeah, if it nails this on the first try, then I'm very impressed. Okay, let's see. I didn't nail that. Oh. I got this. I got this error trying to drag a to-do. Okay, let's see now. Oh. Now I got a different error. Yeah, we should move this stuff into hook. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. So there's something. Okay, one thing is like trying to. I feel like there should be two different ways to handle this. One thing is like moving it to the next thing. I like that it just gives that border and gives like a preview of how it's gonna look, and it should just snap into place, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the floaty stuff. Okay. It doesn't quite work either. Okay, let's stop doing the floaty stuff. Let's make it like snappy. Okay. So I do not think the motion stuff is really working. I just want it to be snappy. So could you please refactor this to not have this motion behavior? I just want it to be snappy. Yeah, but then because you should be able to quickly change the order of these things. So yeah, we need to fix that. Let's see. Okay. And that's weird. Like when we're hovering. Oh, that's probably. Yeah, okay. We can probably fix that. We should fix that first. Oh, interesting. Oh, now that worked better. Yeah, does it still? Oh, yeah. When I drop a to do, it's still doing this like motion thing. Maybe it's like a CSS transition or something. I just want it to snap into place. No, it's still there. When I drop the to do, it kind of floats into place. I do not want that effect. Hmm. This sucks. It still happens. Maybe you should check the web on how to turn that off. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So yeah, no, we have to get this working first. We have to get this working first. Yeah. It is kind of weird though. That I'm not sure. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. I also notice when I drag and hover a different cell, if I hover like the actual an empty part of the cell, I get this nice border around the cell. But if I hover over the add to do placeholder or a different to do, I don't see that border around the cell. But I would like to always see that. Could you fix that? Yeah, I remember I created this calendar once, which was like, it was very, very cool how you could like drag events, but it was really only cool if you had a lot of events in there. You would kind of just see, it was so organic. It was really, really smooth. Um, yeah, I think I have a video of that somewhere. Okay. But maybe I'm just not sure about the color here. We could change the color. Like, where is it? Calendar? Like it had, where is it? Wait, what's there? There we are. Yeah, let's copy this code again and then. There's also a question of like when I added to do, if it should, I think it should still stay open. And then I click away to, yeah. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, this is great. Okay. So when I add to do by hitting enter, the placeholder add to do moves into like its initial state with the plus icon. I actually want it to stay in its input state so that I can quickly add another to do if I want to do that. Because this one, oh, well, that's the color it used. Yeah. Maybe we should just use a grayish color. Maybe that should just be part of the theme. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything we can do like with colors. Um, I was thinking like, what if we took the time of day when you add the to do to set a color for it? But that's not very helpful. Um, so yeah, I'm just not sure like what's actually helpful there. Okay, nice. Maybe the border isn't necessary. Yeah, let's try. Actually, the border we use on the cell as we're dragging, let's try not showing that border. Yeah, well, why, like, first of all, like, why do we want different colors? Um, like the to-dos are equal. It's just about the order you want them in. It's not about one being more important than the other. You just change the order if there's something you want to do first. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, this is much better. Cool. Um, just so I understand, when we drop a to do now, we just change its date, right? And then it's the filtering logic that actually puts the to do in its correct cell. Yeah, cool. Okay, I'm loving this. What we should do now is add the persistence, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So now I want you to create the concept of a to-do in Firebase. So we really need like a type for the to-do. Also use what's it called, like an adapter or whatever it's called in Firebase, which kind of maps uh, like from Firestore to Firestore, that kind of thing, that kind of uses that type and parses the data and everything. And then make sure that we have rules that only allows the currently authenticated user to see the to-dos. And I think that's it for now. I'll personally implement the actual like consumption of to-dos and adding of the to-dos. Let's see if it under a converter. Yeah. uh, that's funny. By the way, I think let's do a tiny code review so that we don't have like a shit ton of. Yeah, I think. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah, I think we should do all the dragging. It should be in its own hook, and also we should put these utilities into a utils file. Um, okay, we're going to take a look at that shortly. Sorry. I want you to clean up a little bit. In the calendar file, we have some utilities we use to create the cells. Please move those utilities into a utils file. Also, put all the drag and drop logic into its own hook. Okay, great. So let's go and see what it did to Firebase. So that's the to do. Yeah, this is timestamp. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and then we have the to do converter. I can't remember how that actually works. Yeah, with converter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that. Let's see. Yeah, it's cleaning up a little bit. Mhm. Yeah, but we could actually go in and start working on the. Is my screen? Yeah, I guess it's a little bit. Well, I guess this is fine. You can see this. Okay. Can make it a bit bigger. Oh, that's a bit too big. Something like that. And this one as well. Okay. Let's see. So we need use to dos. So the way I'm thinking about this is so we're gonna return pipe. It's gonna be a pipe of to do array like that. Why are you complaining? Oh, yeah. Why is it interesting? So we're just gonna use an empty array, but we're also gonna set up, and we're gonna use the cache here so that we don't duplicate this. And then we're gonna set up a snapshot on snapshot. And now we need a document reference, which would be like, what is the document reference? Firestore rules. It's to dos. Yeah, to dos and to do ID. And sets themselves as the owner. Oh, this is interesting. Why does it have that many checks? Yeah, we can review that later. So we're gonna have ref would be collection Firestore. Oh, DB to dos converter to dos to do converter. How does this work? How does this work? How do I use collections with converters? With converter. Oh, there we go. So we have a ref. We're getting a snapshot. And then we emit docs. Okay, something like that. Well, we can do To-dos ref. Then do this. Okay. Oh, interesting. So we're using, okay, let's move this then. Let's move this into Firebase. To do converter, export, to do's collection. Oh, and we need, yeah, I don't think we should really care about that. Yeah, we're gonna refactor this later, but yeah, okay. Cool. Nice. So this is also really nice. Just being able to say use cache. Yeah, and actually this should just be return to do's. We only return the to do's here. Now we can add this subscription globally by just doing this. It's super nice. Cool. So I guess what was this working on? Oh yeah, it was it was just refactoring. Okay, nice. Yeah, there's something off about this. I'm not sure. I think maybe that whole color thing there is. One thing is like if I'm hovering it. Yeah. Let's try without it. So currently every to do is like wrapped in with a background color and stuff. I don't think we should have that. Try without it, but still when I hover and start like dragging a to do, it should have like some hover indication, and maybe even as I'm dragging it, it could even have a border. But by default, it doesn't have any background color, and also remove the padding that was added there. But when I hover it, it should have a very like faint background hover indication. And when I start dragging it, it should also have a border. Thank you. Flow will be slower now. I'm really enjoying this. I think I want to have this. Let me log into my account. Let's see. Yeah, Whisper Flow. Isn't that what I'm using? Yeah. Oh, but don't I? How do I get my subscription? 12 yeah, I can do this. I'm not sure if I actually have money for it. Like, it's funny, I'm like 40 years old and I don't have. Let me just check if I have money for this. I don't. I kind of give myself allowance. because I have a lot of economic, well, not a lot of, I have normal economic responsibilities. Uh, let's see. Oh, come on. But it's like a lot of stuff that needs to be paid for, especially with two kids. So I'm kind of giving myself, yeah, this should be fine, allowance. Um, but it's really hard. I'm I'm transferring money all the time from. Oh wait, fuck. $144? That's not what I wanted. Oh fuck. That those fuckers. Did you see that? It said it said per month, and then I paid for a year. Those fuckers. That's so not okay. Hmm. Okay, interesting. Um, but now this thing looks a little bit weird. Um, and that looks even weirder. Okay, we need to. Okay, we need to drop the border at least. Okay, let's start by doing that. Actually, drop the border. Is it because of my voice? It still understands it though. Okay, that's nice. The only thing is this. Okay, I think what we can do. So the hovering effect we have on the to do now. What the hell happened to my face? Oh, it's my phone. I'll fix it. Oh shit. uh, wait a minute. We have to fix this. It's because of. Sometimes it's just. Do I have center stage on this? No, I don't. I don't know why it has such a different zoom level at times. It's really annoying. Oh, I actually have. What the fuck? Why is it suddenly so zoomed in? Oh, maybe I actually. This is weird. Did I do something here? Wide. That's fine. I don't need a corner radius. More options. Yeah, it's really weird. Like suddenly it's like super weird. Did I change? I guess I have to do this. But that's a little bit oh, look at that. Maybe it's just me kind of what the fuck is going on here? It's almost like it oh, look at that. Did you see that? No. Wait. What the fuck? Oh. Yeah, no idea what's going on there. I think it's a cropping thing. Crop to fill. But now why can't it why doesn't it fill my face? It's so weird. But now I guess my phone is doing oh, this is so upsetting. That's so annoying. Why is it? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Uh, yeah, it's really weird. Whatever. What were you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah, we were gonna give it the same. So the to do currently has like a border radius for the checkbox, and I want the same border radius for hover uh the hover, because now it looks like the hover has a bigger radius than the checkbox. Please check that. Oh, this is super weird. Why is it doing that? Yeah, it just. This is super weird. You know what? I'm just gonna try it. No, I don't dare disconnecting it. I think that's gonna be a problem. But yeah, let's try it. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Now it's fine again. We fixed it. There we go. Oops. There we go. That was super weird. Okay. Still looks kind of weird. I guess it's because we don't have any padding on the. If we have padding there, then we need padding here. Yeah, but I think that does make sense. And why is this smaller than this one? Maybe this should be a bit smaller. Should be the same size. Okay. So I think we need some left and right padding on the actual to do, but also make sure that padding is also added to the placeholder, the add to do placeholder, so that it's correctly aligned. Also, I think the text size of the placeholder is a bit bigger. So make sure it's the same text size on the added to dos and also on the placeholder add to do component. Okay. So now we have, while it's working on that, we can also go in and say use add to do. And this is just going to use return pipe, pipely pipe. And this is going to have the same, like, let's say, export type and to do state is adding, which can be true, error would be null, or it can be is adding false and no error, or it can be adding false with an error. So this needs to be add to do state, and we need to use this with is adding false and error null. And then what we want to do is when we start something here, we want to set state to is adding true, error null. And then we want to go ahead and add the thing. So we're gonna just do that, I think. But this needs to take some input. It needs to take the description. So it's gonna take, I'm not sure if we even call it subscription, but add doc. So return add doc. I guess we want, oh, we don't only need a string. No, sorry, that's fine. To-dos collection. So this would be reference. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, it has a title. Okay, we need to change that. Okay, let's fix that first. Firebase. Yeah, we also need to be able to edit a to-do. Yeah. Okay, let's just finish this thing and then... This looks like shit. No, I don't like this at all. Like, how would we highlight dragging it? No, please revert that padding. We need to find another way to do this. We need to find the index another way to do. It's very cool that it actually still understands what I mean. Okay. So what are we gonna do about this? Maybe it doesn't need to have anything. Yeah, let's just try without it. Okay, please remove the hovering background color or any hovering color of a to-do, and make sure that when we drag a to-do that it uses the same, like it gets a background color, which is the same background color as the calendar itself, so that when I drag a to-do, it looks exactly the same as it does when it's in the calendar. That still looks bad. When I drag a to do, I kind of get like this clone of it, like a ghost clone. And that looks weird still. It uses the old like purple background color. It has a lot of padding. It should look the same as it does in the calendar. Hello there. Cool. Yes, and then we need to fix the to do because it shouldn't have a description. Or it should only have a description. And then yeah. Let's see. Oh, I don't like this. I'm not sure if we even should have that. I'm not sure if we really need that. Okay. I want to try not having that ghost clone thing. Could you kind of just hide it for now for me to test it? Oh, that's also interesting that it starts like. Okay, so I kind of like this better. It's like less intrusive, but still it doesn't like quite indicate that we are dragging. Maybe it should just be like kind of a. It shouldn't look like the thing. It should kind of just be an indication. Like an icon or something. But for now, I actually like this better. Okay, let's just keep it like that for now. But this, how do people do that? If I want to be able to drag it, but I still want to be able to select the text. But do I need to select the text? That's the question. Because I can click it. I want to be able to, yes, I want this to be checked. And then if I click the text, then it's going to go into edit mode. Okay. Okay, so a couple of adjustments. I don't want you to be able to select the description of a to-do because it messes up the dragging behavior. Rather, what I want is that I can only toggle the completion of a to-do by clicking the checkbox. If I click the actual text of the to-do, I want that to-do to go into like an edit mode using the same components as when we add the to-do. And the only thing that should really happen is that when I blur the to-do, it will trigger like an update mechanism. That doesn't have to do anything for now. But yeah, make that happen. Yeah, it's in the details. I was trying an app yesterday Um, Actually, the founder of Code Sandbox, or one of the founders of Code Sandbox. I've been working with him for like 7 years. Is going with his own startup again, and I tried it yesterday, I think, and it's very interesting. How do you create magic in user experience? So I don't think like UI isn't what creates the magic. Like the spacing and the padding and the colors. To me, that's not what creates the magic. What creates the magic is when like functionality and UI kind of meet, which I guess is UX. And that's where you're able to create the magic, and it's very hard to do. But anyways, I was trying this app yesterday, and they had found that in something like in the AI world, where it's hard to create that magic because there's so much latency. It's like AI products fundamentally are bad UX because there's so much latency. Okay, cool. Look at this. Oh, what the hell? That was creative. Oh, that was kind of fun. How does it do that? Okay. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we should put back the border. So when I'm dragging, oh yeah, I like that. Yeah. So we used to have, when I'm dragging a to-do, we used to have a border on the cell that is active. Could you bring back that border now? I spent way too much time on these details. Okay, I think there's something to this. Yeah, I like this better. Okay, let's keep it like that. Now I noticed that the definition of a to-do, like our to-do type, has a title and an optional description. We should actually only have a description. And make sure that we update our type, our converters, the Firebase rules, everything. Yeah. Hi, Adam, by the way. How have you found when you use AI, then need to tweak it so you do it yourself? Yeah. Yeah. That happens. And that's just because in its context, it has the changes it made, right? It doesn't for every prompt you make recreate the context of the file. So that's really something that. So for example, I'm using CLI, Claude CLI, but you can imagine like, and I believe some of these tools handles this. So for example, if you use Claude CLI inside VS Code, like with the extension, I'm not sure if they have this functionality, but they should, which is like the timestamp when they last made a change to a file. And then whenever it intends to write something to that file, it should check the timestamp of the file. And if it's changed, it should read the file again. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. You forget to tell it that you changed it. I've had this issue myself. But that's really how I think it should be solved. Yeah, it's interesting. Like even the CLI can do this, right? Because you have the stats on the file. So it should really, for every change, it should keep the stats of the file, like the modified time, And then it should check that if the modified time has changed since it made its own change. Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't have that. It seems like a common thing to happen. Oh, it feels a little bit off. Yeah, yeah, it is logical, but it is like it's not the AI. You can't blame the AI for this. This is more like context management. Like in the world, in the AI's world, it still has like a reference to the file. So, but this is the thing. This is what Claude Code CLI and all these, like what an agent really is context management. And I think this is part of that. Well, why the hell is this looking so weird now? Oh, is it because I changed the... Oh yeah, probably changed the size of that thing. Oh, isn't that typical? Like... Oh. I can't look at it because fucking... Isn't that typical? Okay, we're gonna fix that. I think we just have to make it like the text is so big. Yeah, whatever. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we fixed the... Okay. So it looks like the add to do text next to the plus icon is a bit big. Like it should be the same size as the placeholder text after clicking it, and the same size as the added or the existing to-dos. Also make sure that the checkbox, the plus icon, and the URL icon on the right is like everything's aligned. Yeah, so currently I'm using Claude through Employer, but I wouldn't mind paying for it. I pay for GPT. I'm not sure what the cost is now for Claude. Okay, but anyways, now... Oh. Where are we? There we are. Use and to do. So we're getting a description here. And now when we add something, we say completed false. What I'm wondering now is, should this be... Yeah. And date. Yeah, I guess all of these can be field value. How do I do this? Field... No, not field value. Oh. Pro. Yeah, $70. Yeah, max. Yeah, how far do you get with Pro? How do I reference server timestamp? Not sure if this is true, is it? Oh, it is. Date. Same. I updated that. Same. Description. ID. Yeah, this is the fucking annoying thing. Because I have... because we have this converter, right? And the converter just gives you the type that's expected to be passed into, but we don't have an ID, right? That ID is actually created. Yeah, that ID is actually created when we add it, so we don't have it here. Which just because of typing, we can't really do this. Oh, there's a 5-hour limit. Yeah, interesting. So it's a 5-hour limit every day, or in total? Like, do you pay $17 a month for 5 hours? Let's see. How do I create an ID for a doc? How do I not rely on a doc, but create an ID on the client? Okay. Five max is 5 times plus per that 5 hour. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We just do doc and then yeah, we do set doc. Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna do doc, which was to do doc, to do's collection, and then we do set doc. Oops. Set doc. Yeah, it feels really weird that the ID is there. Because we shouldn't pass that in. It's yeah, but we can omit the ID, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it doesn't really. Okay, so what we're gonna do is omit ID. Why are you complaining? Oh, and this is another problem because now I do want two fires. When I create a new one, I want it to be like a server. Oh, or do I actually say that? Oh, for fuck's sake. No. Yeah, no, this is fucked up. So we can't do. Oh, for fuck's sake. So this is to do Firestore. Yeah, so this is so fucked up with Firestore. So I have this represents what I want to get out of it. But then this represents what it should look like when I put it in. But I want the dates to be like normal dates. But I can also do a server timestamp, which means it's not a date, it's something else. So I think I want to like to do. So this is what I want here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. No, I don't see what you mean. So why does it say to Firestore? Okay, I guess so. Okay, maybe that is the way it should be done. And this needs to be what was it? Use authentication, use authentication. So we shouldn't be able to do this. So if no, oh fuck, this is a problem with pipes or pipes here. Now I'm using authentication state from outside the scope, but this pipe is only created once. So it closes over the initial authentication state. Damn! And it has to work this way because if you have, for example, debounds, it needs to be self-referential so that it can like look at, it needs to be the same debounds function that's called every time, or it won't be able to reference previous executions. This is really bad. Or a big problem. Well, it's a React thing. It is interesting though. They just released React 19.2, which has this new thing called get user, and then you can use effect event or something, and then magically authentication here is always the latest reference. It's like they're just putting band-aid on top of band-aid on top of band-aid. Like it's a fundamentally brain-wrecking model to have this reconciliation. Or have state management within reconciliation. Yeah, it's insane. They're just trying to band-aid the whole thing. It's just and it's interesting because I saw is his name Theo? He talked about how he avoids using React for state management. And it's just remove the whole fucking thing. Just do components. Stateless components. Just do that, React, please. And then implement something else for state management. Or don't. Just throw everything out the window. Just do UI reconciliation. That's the hard part. It's not state management. Ugh. We already done state management for ages. It's UI that has been the problem for us. Anyways. Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to say if authentication, if no user, throw new error. Cannot not add to-dos without a user. And this is fair. And then user ID is authentication user UID. Cool. And then we're gonna map that to is adding. Oh, that's the thing I needed to fix. I forgot about that. Is adding false, error, null. Or if we have an error, we want to map that error to is adding false and error is string error. Cool. Well, actually, I want to use a notification system here, but we can add that later. Cool. So that's adding to do. So I should be able to do that now. Yeah, let's just try it. Maybe we can add the edit as well, and then we can do everything in one swoop. So we'll have use edit to do. It's going to be somewhat similar. Oh, yeah, then it would just be edit to do state instead. Let's just do this. Edit to do state is editing. Let's see. And what we want to take in there is not a string, but we want to take in, I guess it's completed state. Yeah, so we want to pick from to do if it completed or date or description. And then what we're getting here is description, completed, and date. Let's see. So this would be, what is this? Update doc? How do I get a reference to the... Oh, but we also need the ID. Oh. ID. Path. Yeah, I guess doc ID, like that. And then update doc to do doc completed. Oh, why isn't this typed? Ah, freaking Firebase. Yeah, this annoys me. Like, why isn't this typed? Yeah, data is just... Anyways. Okay, I think we have what we need there. So we're gonna ask Claude to do... Okay, so I just added use add to do and use edit to do. Could you please, we also have use to do's. Could you replace the mocked implementation of adding and editing and moving to do's around using these new Firebase hooks instead? Thanks. Okay, this is exciting. We're getting closer to something. So what would be the next thing when we have the actual to-dos? It would be nice to have like some kind of settings thing. Where should we have that? I really love this. How you can just tab between the week and the... Oh. um, yeah, so when we have persistence, it's really about, it's kind of done. Like, I guess the thing we're missing is delete. Be able to delete a to do. Should be able to do that. And then I want to add... Yeah, maybe just a branding thing. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, completely broke. Oh, yeah, exactly. Fuck. Yeah, this is interesting because now you're anonymous, so you don't really get any. Uh, by the way, we need something before. By the way, we need to add indexing for our to-dos so that we index on the user ID. Also, I think we need an index on if it's been completed or no, not no. We need an index on uh, and we need an index on date, given that indexing date helps us query to-dos by their date. If that's just native to Firebase, that's fine. But yeah, consider adding index to date as well. Yes, so what the hell are we gonna do about this issue? So we cannot make pipesy. Yeah, I think we really just need to have a ref there. User ref. Yeah, and what also bothers me is like this user ref won't update, right? Yeah, initial value. Which is kind of weird because I just want to keep it up to date. But then why pass it there? Oh, but then it gives an error. And then I have to, yeah, like it's just weird. So then we have to do if no user ref dot current cannot add to do without a user. Okay, that's how we need to do it. Wait, what happened? Oh, we have the same here. Cannot edit to do's. And then cannot edit to do without the user. What? What did you do? What did you do? Call by app content. What the hell is app content? This is app content. Oh. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, interesting. We have to do the same here. If no... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, this shouldn't matter. Why do we have that? Yeah, that's weird. Oh, sorry. It added it here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to commit often. Like the latest Claude has checkpointing. But I don't know how well it mixes with manual changes. So yeah, committing is like you have to have a really strong intuition to collaborate with an AI over longer periods of time. But yeah, you can definitely fuck up. It's very easy. Okay, so we need to do the same here. Let's see. User ref. Oh, so, yeah, user ref authentication user, and then we basically we basically just have to do user ref. Oh, but this is tricky. Ah. Oh, this is a different issue. You know what? Maybe we actually have to add two pipes here. But that's gonna extend this signature even more. Like, because here we really want this subscription to restart, right? If you change the user ref. Like, you want this whole pipe to reevaluate if authentication.user changes. Um, yeah. Ah, but that makes the signature so bad. So bad. But let's explore that. We need that. So let's explore it. So let's imagine we have use cache. And what we really want to do, like, we have to have a cache key. We have to have an initial value. Optionally, you have a callback. Optionally, you have a dependency array. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that, the consumption of that pipe. So the only thing you can really do, which is like what React Query did, was just use a freaking object, which doesn't always feel that nice, but so you would have key. Let's just see how this would look. Key to do's, initial value. What is this thing? subscription, I guess. And then you would have like here. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like the signature is just so complex. Like we're cramming too much into one thing. Even this is like pushing it, I feel like. And it's not a subscription necessarily. So it's like, what are we gonna do about this? And we can't really get moving without fixing this. Well, what we could do is like we could have a skeleton calendar in the background. Yeah, because it is kind of weird that we even go and grab the to-dos without being signed in. That is weird. Yeah. Yeah, because now the calendar is, it takes all the things on add to do on, yeah. Okay. Okay, we're gonna change the way this works a little bit. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna think about this, and then we're gonna just move back to this. That's fine. And then we're gonna tell. So when we load up the app and we're in an authenticating state, we should mount a calendar with like empty to-dos and add to do and edit to do, and those callbacks, they should be empty. And only when we're actually authenticated, we are going to load up a component that actually uses the hooks of like use to do's, use add to do, and so on, so that we don't accidentally mount those hooks when you're not signed in. Those should only be there if you're actually signed in. Yeah, that makes sense, but still, I wonder what we should do. I wonder what we should do. Okay. Missing or insufficient permissions. Yes, and that is because we have not deployed our Could you please add a script to update like Firebase rules and stuff using the Firebase CLI? I just want a script in package JSON in the root of the project. I wonder what's gonna happen. Run deploy rules. Deploy. Yeah, we need to have these in the actual. Oh, we don't actually have. Firebase. How do I do this? How do I activate Firebase CLI for a folder? Yeah, but I don't want to init. I just wanna hook into. But I have a Firebase project in a subfolder. But I have not added any Firebase JSON file. Should I init in the subfolder? Okay. So I think we should move this. Boop. Boop. Let's see. Okay, and then if I go to how does this work? Oh wait, this is in the web. PMPM. PMPM filter. Web. What does dev mean? Web. Oh, and then deploy rules. And then we add deploy rules. Okay. And we run it again. Yeah, could not locate. How do I add the Firebase JSON? The project is already up and running. Okay, I have to do Firebase init. But I don't want to do any of this. Oh, sorry, I have to make it smaller. Where did I? Oh, Firestore rules, yeah. But the functions are. Oh, I don't have functions. Okay, that's fine. App posting. No. App hosting? What the hell is that? Storage. Use an existing. Divergent Todos. There's no rules. Yeah, we can use public. Yes. Yes. I already did this on the website. This is very confusing to me. Why do I have to... do this again? Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. Okay. I guess that's... Oh, look at this. And then I put it... Oh, didn't I go into that? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, let's remove... Oh, for fuck's sake. So let's take that thing. Okay. What about now? There we go. I don't have any more. I'm gonna just... Oh, oh wait, does it still work? Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if I can actually charge my computer. Let's see if it works. I just need some music. Okay, let's see if it works now. Oh, cannot be used yet. We just have to wait a little bit. Hmm, 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 hmm. I think it would be nice to, like, even though it's an insanely simple app, that's kind of the whole point of it, is like not having to have all that other fluff. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what we'll do with this. Oh, can't I get any? Yeah, I don't think I have enough power. It sucks. Is the index done? Seriously? Building. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. Cool. Let's see if it works. Add to do a test. uh, created at Oh, is it because I... Yeah, exactly. Created at... But how do I... Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate this with Firebase. It's such a stupid concept. So I have this Firebase converter, but I want to be able to pass in server timestamp when creating a to-do, for example. How would I do this? Because the typing should not be timestamp or field value. Any good approaches? Yeah, no, I don't think my computer charges enough with the... Okay. Partial merge. What the fuck? With field value? Partial with field value? Is that what you're supposed to use? Make the right argument except field value sentinels anywhere in T. Oh. Okay. So if I do this, it suddenly works. But then I don't know. What the fuck? Oh yeah. Ah, this is so confusing. This is so fucking confusing. Yeah, no, I think we just have to... to Firestore. This is a different type. Like, this needs to be... This can't be date. But if I do this, then it's also a problem. Because now I'm saying it can be timestamp. What the fuck? Yeah, but this is more like... Fuck's sake. Yeah, but that's kind of what they're doing here. They're kind of just ignoring the return type. String unknown, string unknown. And then that's fine. And then it's all about like what you're passing in. Like we don't even need a return type. We can just do this. And then this is the thing that we want to pass in. And what is server timestamp? Is that oh, sorry. Use add to do. That returns a field value. So that would be, okay, so here I want a date. Here I want a field value. This is so weird. I think we want something like this. Why are you fucking complaining? This is the fucking worst thing I've ever had to deal with. This is stupid. Yeah, this is such a bad abstraction. It just blows my mind. Like you can't have two Firestore. It depends on if you want to add, if you want to update. Like it's too simple. And I can't. Okay, so let's do and date. Sorry, created at field value, updated at field value. And then, but this cannot, well, it is a date. Yeah. But it cannot be, that's the thing. In this context, it cannot be. I'm so confused by this. So pick to do user ID or just completed or date or description. And then these should not be converted because these are server timestamps. But now this is wrong. Why is this wrong? Ah, for fuck's sake. As Firestore time? What the fuck is that? Oh, so we should. Why is it giving an error? Is that because of the from Firestore? Or is it because of this? Oh, you know what? This just pisses me off. This really pisses me off. And this, I feel like this is what happens to my projects. It's like it makes me feel so good. And then I meet stuff like this and I get so upset that it just leaks into all my excitement for any project I have. And it just kills it. I'm so black and white. Ah, this is just stupid. How the fuck am I supposed to be able to pass in? So if I do this, then it works. But then I have to check, right? So if to create that instance of date, we do that, or to do created that. So does that work? Data.created that. Oh, now it has a problem on the reading side of things. Cannot read properties of null. I'm blown away. Do we even have anything in here now? Created that user ID. Okay, so why can't I see it? Are we using the use to do's hook to populate the to do's now? I could check this myself. um, it created something called authenticated calendar or something. Where are the to do's coming from? Yeah, Firebase to do's. Well, why aren't I getting them? Oh, there's probably something with the rules. I am not getting my to-dos. Could you... Oh, I'm not getting... I've added a to-do, but I'm not getting it. Could you verify the rules? I see that I've added my user UID as the user ID, but I'm still not seeing any to-dos. Completed date, create an update. The index has been deployed. That's weird. Wasn't there like a way to... The indexes has been deployed. Here is the data from the database. Okay. What is happening? What is happening? Oh, we do get. Oh. Why aren't we getting any to dos? Oh, interesting. Oh, maybe it's a bug in pipesy. Use to dos. We have a snapshot. We call emit. Oh, my bad. There we go. We actually have to set it. Interesting. Well. Oh, what the hell? Why is it unknown? Why is it suddenly unknown? Who? Pipe. This shouldn't be unknown. That's definitely a bug. Oh, why is it set to unknown? That's weird. Oh, sorry. Bah. Oh, any. Wait. What the hell has happened to Pipesy? I'm not sure why it becomes unknown. That's a weird thing. There we go. Cool. I have to fix that. Weirdo. Anyways, so there were a couple of things. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? No, but that's fine. And then, yeah. But you know, I think that fucking converter thing just put me in a bad mood. But, and I want to spend a few more minutes before I have to pick up the kids. Okay. So we have it working, but we need to fix some things in Pipesy. I'm gonna reflect on that. And then we need to make like the updates. Does it work? Can I move it? Yeah, it actually works. That's kind of cool. Even if I do this, look at that. Amazing. Yeah, this is great. Okay, I'm gonna fix the pipesy stuff, and then what are we gonna do next? Yeah, maybe that's something to reflect on. But anyways, we got really far today. Even though it's a very simple app, there is some complexities to it. And yeah, I'm kind of pumped for this. So I'm gonna fix that stuff and then we're gonna get it deployed. Test that auto deployment thing. I wonder if it's possible to like build it on GitHub and then kind of include the files in the release on GitHub. That would be really nice for the Electron app. Because then we need like some kind of settings thing to change the branding, download the app. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. No, I think I'm done. Okay. Bye for now.